Hello and welcome to WMT Reviews. I am Wiseman Tanofsky, and today we're moving on to another Age of Extinction review with this, the Deluxe class dinobot Scorn. Now we'll get the fluff out of the way nice and quickly, which will be very easy because I know very little about this character. All I know is he is the dinobot's demolitions expert, and that he transforms into my favourite dinosaur of all time, the largest land predator in the history of Earth, the Spinosaurus. Now, aesthetically, this is a very nice dinosaur mode. It looks great, the colour scheme is very threatening, and proportionately, it's pretty much spot on. Have a look at these two figures together, and it's very much spot the difference, that there aren't really that many differences. The spines maybe are a bit tall in the centre compared to this one. The arms, slightly shorter maybe at the bicep. Got some nice powerful long biceps here and only little ones here. But apart from that, it's more or less spot on. Now, posability-wise, in this mode, you've got a lot of options. The head, if you adjust the neck slightly, will go all the way out, and the mouth will open all the way. Do take care when closing it, however, as it has a tendency to push the hand up out of the head. The legs will enable you to pose the body in a number of different positions. One problem it does suffer from is that the rubber tail is very heavy and can often cause the figure to just flop backwards. So it does take a while to find a position where the legs can support the entirety of the body weight, normally leaning forwards, which is fine because it looks good in that pose anyway. Again, my problem with this figure is much the same as the entire Age of Extinction line. It's too small. This is the biggest land predator in the history of Earth, and it's titchy tiny. If you can't afford to make a sizable figure of this dinosaur, then don't do it. I think the Brachiosaur Sludge is coming out in Voyager class mode. Why couldn't I have a Voyager class Scorn? Scorn's transformation is weird. It's really weird. So now you're going to move these fins back and peg them into these little pegs along the side of his back. And already, it's unusual. You will then swing down the legs from this area here and straighten them up, disconnecting this section and swinging it down to peg it in here. This will create the legs and flip out the knight's feet that all of these dinobots seem to have. Disconnect this section with the arms from the main body, and it just sort of hangs there. You can arrange the arms later to get them out of the way. Rotate this entire section around, and that will push up the obligatory head reveal. Now it's just a matter of getting the arms out where you like them. This is his lance arm here, and then you drop this arm down here with the dinosaur head, and the instructions tell you to open the mouth and fold out the head. But that does leave you with a massive great gap here, so I tend to just keep the mouth closed. And there you have it. And here you have Dinobot Scorn in his robot mode. Now, my only real problem with this mode is the fact that he's so short. He is so short. These legs are teeny tiny, and not really all that posable. Aside from that, this robot mode looks great. The colour scheme translates well into robot mode. The lance arm is really cool. I really like that. And I just like the look of it. He looks really sharp and really mean. That's awesome. Have a quick look at the head sculpt here. It's very simple but very knighty. Got a nice faceplate going on there and just the slit visor, which just makes him look even meaner. I really like the look of this robot mode. Now, posability wise, you get a couple of good options. The head can only really look up and down. It can't really turn side to side because it busts up the mechanism. The shoulders, in spite of having these huge great shoulder pads in the way, do rotate all the way around. The arm will go out as part of the neck posability. It will also swivel at the bicep there, and there's a bend at the elbow. You can also just fold the hand away and have him sort of like have a Beast Hunter's Megatron cannon arm, which looks really cool. The lance arm, of course, is somewhat hindered by this massive great lance. There is still, however, the rotation in the shoulder, the swivel in the bicep, and the bend in the elbow. The chest will rotate in one direction. It will not rotate in the other. I'm not entirely sure why, but that's the way it is. The legs will go forwards, they will go back, until they bump into these arms here. They will go out until these things bump up here. There is a swivel at the thigh, a bend at the knee in two places, one there and one there, and the feet will pivot. Overall, as I've said, this is a very cool robot mode, and actually rather a cool figure. He's just a bit small, that's his only problem. He did come with a little sword accessory that tucked into his tail, but I've lost it. One other complaint I might have is this little spine right here. I don't know if it's supposed to be pointing in an opposite direction to the other spines, but it annoys my OCD unbelievably, to the point where I'm tempted to cut it off, spin it round and glue it back on again. Don't know if this is the same for all of these figures, it might just be mine. Overall, this is a very nice deluxe figure. So for that, I think I'll give it a fair 7.5 on the Orsometer. It's a decent figure. It's just hampered slightly by posability issues in Dino mode, it's too small, and the accessory was pants anyway. So that's a 7.5 on the Orsometer for the Deluxe class Scorn. I've been Wiseman Tanofsky, this has been WMT Reviews, thank you very much for watching.